Okay, so have you ever thought about what it would be like if AI agents could talk to each other like it was no big deal? Like, we're not just talking about like Siri and Alexa, like having a little chat, right? We're having a much deeper level of communication here, like that these agents actually working together, collaborating on really complex tasks, you know? That's kind of where this thing AGNTCY comes into play, right? It's basically trying to be this universal language that all AI agents can understand. Think of it like this for a second. Right now, you have all these different AI agents out there, and it's almost like they're all speaking different languages. So they might be able to understand a few basic phrases here and there, but they can't really have a meaningful conversation. They can't really work together all that effectively. So AGNTCY, what they're trying to do is create this common language, this language that all AI agents can understand, no matter who built them or what kind of data they were trained on. And this could be huge because it would allow these agents to share information, coordinate all of their actions, and even learn from each other way more effectively. Imagine if you had an AI agent that was like an expert in financial analysis, right? And then you had another one that was super good at market research. Well, if they could team up, they could come up with some crazy investment strategies that neither one of them could have thought of on their own. That's the kind of power we're talking about here. But how does AGNTCY actually plan to pull this off? Well, it's not just about creating a language. It's about setting up this whole set of standards and protocols. These standards govern how AI agents interact. So think of it like the rules of the road for self-driving cars. Everybody has to agree on how to communicate and behave so they don't crash into each other. And just like with self-driving cars, there are a lot of technical challenges that have to be figured out here. Like, how do you make sure that an AI agent from one company, which was built using certain tools and trained on specific data, can actually understand another AI agent from a totally different company that was built with completely different tools and trained on totally different data? It's kind of like trying to translate a super technical document from English to Mandarin. You've got to make sure that all the nuances, all the little details of the original meaning don't get lost. AGNTCY is working on developing some pretty sophisticated algorithms and data structures to be able to handle this kind of cross-platform communication. And then you've got the whole security issue, right? If these AI agents are going to be sharing really sensitive information and making decisions that could have real-world consequences, you have to make sure that those communication channels are secure and that the agents themselves are trustworthy. AGNTCY is taking kind of a multi-layered approach to security. They're incorporating things like encryption, authentication, and all these other safeguards to protect against hackers and other bad actors. It's all about making sure that these AI agents are used responsibly. But of course, technology is only part of the solution. We also need to develop some clear ethical guidelines and regulations for how these AI agents are developed and used. But we don't want to get too far ahead of ourselves here. We're still in the early stages with this technology. There's still a lot of work that needs to be done. But the potential of AGNTCY is enormous. If it's successful, it could totally revolutionize the way we work, the way we live, and the way we interact with the world around us. It's pretty mind-blowing when you think about it. You know, one of the things that I think is so cool about AGNTCY is this idea of a marketplace for AI agents. Like, imagine if you had something like an app store, right? But instead of downloading like games and productivity tools, you were downloading AI agents. AI agents that could do your taxes for you, book your travel, or even like write your emails. And businesses could use this marketplace to find all kinds of specialized AI agents. AI agents that could help them automate tasks, improve efficiency, even make better decisions. You could have one agent that just handles all your customer service inquiries, another agent that's like your social media guru, and then another one that's constantly analyzing market trends and finding new opportunities. And because all of these agents are speaking the same language, they can share data and work together seamlessly. It's like this perfectly synchronized business ecosystem. But of course, it's not all sunshine and roses. There are some definite challenges. One of the biggest ones, I think, is getting the big players in the AI world to buy into this whole AGNTCY thing. Like, if companies like Google, Microsoft, Amazon, if they don't get on board, it's going to be really tough for AGNTCY to become this universal standard. Another challenge is making sure that AGNTCY can keep up with how fast AI is evolving. I mean, new models, new techniques are coming out all the time. The AGNTCY standard needs to be flexible enough to handle all these advancements, but it can't break compatibility with all the existing agents. It's a delicate balancing act. But the good news is that there's definitely momentum building behind AGNTCY. More and more companies are starting to realize that, hey, we need a common language for these AI agents. And they're starting to invest in developing tools and platforms that use AGNTCY. So it's still pretty early. But I think the future of AI agent communication looks really bright. And as these agents get smarter and more interconnected, who knows what they'll be able to accomplish? I mean, it could completely change the world as we know it.